of Fika local government area around 6 p.m. and they were just shooting sporadically and robbing shops and cattle markets just like that, free of charge, no interruption. That's it, honestly.
Well,
I don't know.
this is one trend that beyond praying to God, to have mercy and, if possible, make this trend a thing of the past.
Right.
It actually calls for collective, effort
Sure.
from, the security agencies, the citizens. That actually applies to me,
True.
yourself,
Of
and
course.
every one of us.
That's right.
Because for these people to have attacked that market, they probably did, an understudy,
Of course.
right?
Of course.
To understand the terrain and to know when, people would most likely let their guards down before going there to, launch
Strike.
this attack or strike. But
Yeah.
it's a very, very sad
Very
one,
sad,
honestly.
honestly.
We're just starting the year and then hearing almost on a daily basis, cases of people getting killed,
I just
in one way or
pray-
the other. It's really not a good way to start the year.
I just pray that we don't have this as we have corruption being endemic, and then we now start saying that, well, the killings of people is endemic now. It's just part of us, because that's not who we are, actually.
Not at all.
It's not who we are. But
All right. Moving up from Yobe State, Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria,
Right.
Dr. Olayemi Cardoso, has vowed to tackle the buying and selling of Naira notes, which has become widespread in the country. The CBN governor made this vow in a keynote address at the inaugural stakeholders conference of the Committee of Heads of Banks Operation in Lagos, with the theme, Commoditization of Naira, the way forward. I think it's actually a step in the right direction.
Step in the right
honestly,
direction.
Because, we have people who are doing the most right now with
That's
the
right.
Naira.
I agree with you
And
totally.
as there are fears that they're about to renew the onslaught, talking about people getting access to the Naira notes, you may have to pay more to get the Naira notes.
Okay, I pray that doesn't really get to that. But the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development, as of Tuesday yesterday, alerted Nigerians over the outbreak of anthrax in Zamfara State. Now, the Director, Information and Public Relations Department of the Ministry, Ben Gung, disclosed this in a statement.
We're talking about, outbreaks. I think somewhere in River State, we have this record of bird flu there,
yeah? Okay.
where 3,000 birds died. I saw that on one of the national dailies this morning. People who are into the poultry business,
Right.
you just have to mount your guard at this point in time. Be very observant, okay?
I tell you.
And armed terrorists suspected to be members of Boko Haram invaded Kawuri village in Konduga local government area of Borno State and set ablaze 3 patrol vehicles belonging to members of the Civilian Joint Task Force and another 3 armored tankers belonging to the military. It was gathered on Tuesday that the incident, which took place on Sunday night, also caused many residents to flee into the bush for safety.
Okay, what did we just say earlier on? Well, let's have you know the retail outlets owned by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited have raised the pump price of premium motor spirit, now also known as petrol, from 965 naira to 990 naira to a liter in the Federal Capital Territory. You were going to say something.
When you said
96,
96, you're like, take us to the good old
My
days.
goodness.
96 or 95 naira.
A lot of people would have started praying for the government and the president right now, saying that God will
God
bless
bless
him.
you.
God will walk on him. What, But anyways, we hope to see that day. 96 naira to a liter. Okay. Well, they also went on to increasing their price in Lagos from 925 naira to 960 naira to a liter. And this is even as the price of crude oil showed a marginal decline on Tuesday. Right.
Let us head on down to River State, where men of the State Police Command have arrested 5 suspected cultists for allegedly beating a 34-year-old man, Roland Hosfall, to death after accusing him of generating a fake alert for hard drugs he purchased from them in the Trans-Amadi area of Port Harcourt. Now, the spokesperson for the State Police Command, Grace Iringe Koko, disclosed this in a statement on Tuesday.
Well, we need to be really careful the way we always love to take justice in our hands, this jungle justice thingy. I understand there's quite a lot of paranoid citizens
Honestly.
out there. Like, they're not just having it. The moments they discover that you are one who is in the business of cheating or deceiving or deceit,
Or trying to even cause unrest.
oh,
So just take the law into their
they
hands.
take the law into their hands, and it never really ends well. Especially, it never aids investigation into
That's right.
these
That's
issues,
right. That's
because
right.
whoever would have been investigated, you killed him, right? So
that's
how
true.
do you get the truth from this person?
And if at all the person you've succeeded in killing has maybe cohorts or
That's
members,
it.
or
That's
maybe
it.
it's like a gang or a syndicate, without an investigation, I mean, we won't be able to nab others involved in that same crime for
That's
which
it.
that person was killed. So it's important when these things happen, take whoever it is that is found wanting, that you think is found wanted,
Right.
to the police station for
That's
proper investigation.
That's
Don't
it.
take the law into your hands.
Don't take it into your hands. Very important now. Well, we should let you in on something. Well, okay.
All right.
Yeah. Well, Portugal, I guess.
Portugal has indicated plans to increase the purchases of liquefied natural gas from Nigeria
Ooh.
and the United States as part of efforts to reduce dependence on the already dwindling supplies from Russia. A report by Reuters quoting the Portuguese Environment Minister Maria Carvalho on Tuesday said the decision was taken following sanctions on Russian oil and gas imported through pipelines.
Well then, yeah, let's get you to Kaduna State, bring you back home now. Kaduna State High Court again denied ex-chief of staff to former Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State, Alhaji Bashir Saidu, bail. Now, the court is ordering that he be sent back to remand in the correctional facility after being charged with 10 counts bordering on alleged money laundering, embezzlement, and stealing.
All right, the last thing we'd like to intimate you on is the fact that over 100 terror financiers have been prosecuted and convicted in the last 2 years. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu announced this at the opening of a 2025 National Anti-Money Laundering, Counter-Financing of Terrorism and Proliferation Summit in Abuja on Tuesday. Now, a
That's a
number of
lot.
Nigerians would want to express their reservations
On
that
this one.
you would have at least mentioned their names.
Right.
Let us know who these financiers are. But, well, the president has said it, that over 100 of these terror financiers have been prosecuted and convicted in the last 2 years.
Over 100. Over 100. Oh,
Right.
Lord. And we're still counting as it stands. But yeah, let's go look at the front pages now and bring you up to date, up to speed with what's happening on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And just to put it out there that you, in the course of this exercise, right, you get to also add your voice loudly and
That's
clearly
right.
and deliberately, right, in the arena of the front page. You call it the newspaper review, would like to call it the front page, whatever the nomenclature. The idea is the substance of what we do. And you also, having the opportunity to add your voice, we should hand down the numbers to you already. So even if you're a newbie, you can as well, save those numbers in your phones or gadgets.
All right, and if you don't have a phone or gadget, you might just want to write it on your palm. All right,
old
or
school
write it on the
days.
ground.
Old school
use
days.
a stone. Write
Oh,
it.
Lord.
09073530044 or 0908-766-8888. You can as well send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal on 0909-705-4450.
You also know that across social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube precisely, we are hosting an international, global, even local, television out there. So get on there, give us the support at Eagles FM Abuja. Spread the love across every other social media platforms, as you know, and you will find us there. All right? Seek and you shall find. That's what the good book says. But let's start off with the Guardian newspaper right about now.
All right, metering gap over 7 million on estimated billing despite 1.5 trillion naira intervention and free supply. Now you have a breakdown of what that entails on the front page, talking about customer metering interventions,
Right.
and what have you. But that's actually the big news story on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, and the details you'll find on page 6. Moving on to page 30, federal government confirms anthrax outbreak in Zamfara, urges heightened vigilance. Still on page 30, Nigeria risks empty hospitals over workers' exit. CMDs tell reps. Tinubu meets Ogoni leaders as CSO's fourth fresh oil exploration bid. You find that one on page 3. And moving back to page 30, over 100 terrorist financiers convicted in 2 years, Tinubu reveals. On page 6, World Health Organization regrets a U.S. withdrawal, anticipates review amid global health uncertainty.
Right.
I think that'll just be it for the Guardian newspaper this morning.
Right. All right, that'll be it for the Guardian newspaper this morning. Let's take a walk to the Daily Trust newspaper. All right, for the Daily Trust newspaper now this morning, we're seeing a big story is on Japa. Keep in mind that the Oxford Dictionary has endorsed the word Japa.
Even
Eba now is in the Oxford Dictionary. Okay, so when you use it outside the shores of this country, use it with your shoulders high, knowing that yes, you're speaking good English. All right. So Jackpot now is the kicker. Our hospitals will be empty in 2 years. CMDs are saying that, but quite a number of Nigerians have the notion that 2 years is too much. Just in a space of 6 months, we see the devastation that's really going on there. As we have very little personnel, to handle patients' needs. But let's see the two riders that follow. Judges, military more favored. NMA is saying that. And the second rider, 16,000 doctors left Nigeria in 5 years. How many still remaining? If 16,000 doctors are leaving Nigeria already in the past 5 years. Well, that story is on page 3 of the Daily Trust.
But do you think this Japa syndrome is going to be as flexible as it were, in the past? Because I mean, we have a new sheriff. Donald Trump, honestly, and with the sanctions, with the moves he's making, come on. It might not really be something easy for Nigerians.
Well, it won't be an easy thing, not just for Nigerians, Africans who have also taken a tail from what Nigerians do. I mean, go outside there, give birth, and say, "Oh, my child is an American citizen," and everything. All of that is over. It's over right now. All right. But anyways, you should see at the tail end of the Daily Trust newspaper now. Page 4 precisely. Right. Abuja Kaduna Road awarded to Infiosk, not InfoQuest. Okay, as earlier reported. Minister is saying that one. Page 4 is holding that story down, and just above the big story, but underneath the Daily Trust newspaper banner now, you'd find this one: EU UN kick as Trump pulls US out of WHO Paris agreement as well. I was about saying EU UN kick as Trump pulls us out of right? WHO. But yeah, I saw that statement, that he put out there saying that, they have overfinanced the WHO, right? And they feel as though they're being cheated out. Cheated out, in the process, because there are countries like China and the other big nations of the world, Russia, who are under financing the WHO and following the COVID-19,
exactly.
Saga.
I mean, I was just about to say that
yes.
that this is just a build-up from the COVID-19 controversy, the misconceptions around it. Of course, how staunch Donald Trump was at the time when we had this COVID-19, to deal with. But now that he's back, is about to give the World Health Organization and every other organization a run for their money.
Honestly, if you don't find a way to generate your funds and you're depending on the U.S., okay, sorry, WHO. That's what Trump is saying. Well, page 31 is holding that down. Let's get on to page 30 now. Federal government approves new polytechnic. Name sits after Tinubu. Federal government is approving it. All right, before you say is the president that is fronting this. But anyways, there has been some talk, some munu talk underneath, that conversation. You never know, we might just be putting our searchlight on it, at the 10 o'clock hour. But yeah, that's what it is. Page 30
but
is holding it down.
Should that be a big deal?
Should it be a big deal?
Should that be a big deal?
I don't know.
We have universities named after, like statesmen in Nigeria.
Right.
So what's the big deal if we have one named after the president?
And then that one that is named after the president is situated in Gwarimpa in the
Nation's capital.
Okay, so why is it not situated elsewhere? Why must it be in Gwarimpa?
No, but according to reports, they're just trying to ensure that we have polytechnics across all states of the federation.
Oh, we don't have a polytechnic in Abuja. Right, I see that. And there were some talks about the federal government taking over a polytechnic, a certain polytechnic in the Buari. Some of you know the name, it starts with a D, but yeah, in Buari. Okay, but well, anyways, we'll see.
I don't know the name. What's the name?
No, I'm not saying it. Don't worry.
Okay, all right.
Are they paying me for it? No, they ain't paying me for that.
It's
but yeah, that's what it is. But they're naming it after the president, and it has to be in Abuja. But anyways, let's go see this one now. Page 4. It says gunmen kill 7 traders in Yobe Market. 3 attackers gunned down. All right, 3 attackers gunned down. All right, let's go see this one now.
All right, on the front page of the Punch newspaper, bandits influx. Amotekun mobilizes 2,000 men to comb southwest forest. Course seek advanced technology, arms, better equipment to tackle insecurity in the region. You find that one on page 2 of the Punch newspaper, and just above it, NNPCL raises petrol price to 990 naira in FCT, 960 naira in Lagos. But why is it higher here in FCT as opposed to Lagos?
Well, some would tell you that the distance in conveying the product from Lagos or from wherever, which is a major place, would be the source of that increment.
All right, details on page 19 this morning on the Punch newspaper. Nigeria's public debt hits of 142 trillion naira as borrowing rises.
Wow.
Details on page 2. Rural areas suffer blackout despite 14 billion naira power spending. You find that one on page 2 as well. And moving on to page 18, federal government seeks stronger U.S. ties amid Trump's deportation threat. All right. Tinubu promises fairness as Ogoni oil exploration plan resumes. You find that one on page 18.
That's right.
All right. And then on page 7, how RFI's ex-COS laundered 3.9 billion naira forex proceeds. ICPC talking there. And on page 5, immigration arrests 90 foreigners for cybercrime in Rivers. To page 7 now, Supreme Court hears a Wike Fubara loyalist appeals February 10. I think that'll just be about it for the Punch newspaper this morning. But I tell you, you have a photograph right here on the front page of the Punch newspaper speaking to, the Ogoni oil exploration plan. I see the FCT minister standing, beside the president, and this should be the governor, Fubara.
That's Fubara, right? Yes.
So, we understand that these are 2 warring parties.
That's right.
But if they can actually have a meeting with the president, isn't that an indication that you shouldn't take whatever banter, whatever bickering going on between these 2 to heart?
Well,
they are politicians after all.
Of course, they're politicians after all. But then, if you also looked at the picture very sternly and critically, you'd see that Baba is Baba. He's like a father to all of them. So if Daddy calls out to his children, regardless of the war, y'all need to keep their differences aside and answer to that call. And quite a number of Nigerians are quite expectant that after this meeting, we should not be having all of these issues that's been going on between these 2. I'm talking about Wike and Fubara, as it were. But well, that's it. That's what it is. And let's go to Nigeria Tribune newspaper, as myself and Omoife will be taking this together. This one here, the big story. Tinubu to Ogoni leaders. That's the kicker now. Forget historical grievances. Reconcile. It's got 2 riders to it now. Directs NSA to coordinate negotiations. Second rider asks ministers, NNPCL, Rivers government to cooperate with NSA. Page 4 is holding that story down.
All right, and federal government alerts Nigerians on anthrax outbreak in Zamfara. Page 4 is carrying that one as well.
Looking popular now, Ekiti Airport ready for commercial operations. Kayamo is saying that's got 1 rider to it now. Airport's one of the gains of continuity. Somebody's making that statement. You should go to page 3 and find out for yourself.
Do you have a problem with that person who made the statement?
I don't have a problem with him. Oyebanji is the one saying that one now.
All right, moving on to page 5. Senate insists on census this year. The cries lack of exercise in 19 years.
We shouldn't even be saying the years, how long the years has been since we had our census, and yet we keep making all the past 19 years we've been having what do they call that now? A budget. What are we really budgeting when you'd have no data about your? Oh Lord.
But another question that comes to mind would be the whereabouts of the monies, initially budgeted for this census exercise. We hope that the monies are still in place.
It's going to be another finding out.
Intact?
Another finding out.
Oh, okay.
AGF will just discover, Federation,
we hope the monies have not been diverted.
Okay.
Or
have been stashed out in one account somewhere and then waiting for Serap to discover it.
I think Nigerians should learn to keep tabs on issues like this.
That's it.
Honestly, so that when the opportunity avails itself for you to ask questions, you can critically, critique some of the policies of the federal government and ask the whereabouts of certain, monies that have been budgeted for certain projects.
True. Agree to that. But let's take you to page 6 now. CBN predicts 4.17% GDP growth in 2025.
All right. And on page 27, 2025 budget, health workers living in droves. CMD is talking there. This actually has a right underneath it. It says the federal hospitals may be empty in the next 2 years, says LUTH CMD. Details on page 27.
Well, thank God the studio in here is not empty right now. I tell you, vandals behind Boguma Wellhead fire. NNPCL is saying that now on page 3. Okay, well, this is where we call it a close now for the front pages, but not calling it a close in view of your voices, because it's got to be heard.
That's right.
So you already know the numbers, but in case you missed it the first time, we will hand it down to you and then go on a recess. And we promise that as soon as we are back, it will be all about you and you alone.
That's right. The numbers to call are 0907-353-0044 or 0908-766-8888. You can send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal on 0909-705-4450. But please hold your thoughts. We'll be back in a bit.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Looking for a professional event planner in Abuja and its environs, but don't know how to go about it? Eagles FM got you covered. Call us today and let's help you fix that event that will leave you with evergreen memories. Call 081-5791-7278. I take it again, 081-5791-7278. Thank you.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Get updates, get informed, avoid traffic, and get home early. Tune into Traffic Rush weekdays 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
From Milky Way to Earth, everywhere there's internet, you can connect with Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Log on to our website www.eaglesfm.com. Follow and engage with us now on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Eagles FM Abuja, Instagram at Eagles FM 1023. Download our apps on your Android and iOS stores. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
All right, back from recess right there, and it's still the pages, the newspaper review segment of the Eagles Morning Risers Breakfast Show. Get across social media platforms and see for yourself the ambience that the studio gives, and that will be on YouTube. Subscribe on Facebook at Eagles FM Abuja. Get on there and see that what we say is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Rocking the score now. Let's go.
All right. Hello. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, sir, Mr. Danny.
Good morning to you, my brother.
Our sister out there.
Good morning.
Greet all the callers and listeners. Donatus from Niger State.
Donatus, Happy New Year. All the way from Niger State.
At the segment of Fubarak and Mr. Wick, to me, just political. Understand? If Mr. Wike cannot listen to the elders, to the chief there, I don't think that that settlement is being settled. He should listen to his own people. These are your people. You understand? This is where you come from. You originated from. They have been talking to you and talking to you. Is it because he's Mr. President? You ought to give Mr. President that respect because he's Mr. President. If not so, I don't think that issue will settle them. I say thank you and God bless.
All right,
Thank
all
you
right,
very much.
Donathus. Thank you. Going to this one now.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, UD.
Good morning to you. Is this Moses?
Good morning.
Moses.
Right.
Moses, talk to us, Moses.
Thank you, God bless. I
Yes,
don't know how
please.
these networks people are doing now. When you want to call, they say 10 naira, this is deduction. I don't know whether it's happening to you.
Oh, wow.
Have they
Does that mean
started?
the new tariff has...
Has resumed.
Places now, in every month, that is 300 times 1 year.
Oh,
That is almost 3,600.
Moses.
So I don't know if this thing continue like this. I don't know how it is very easy for us to be called. Yeah,
I get
they will always say your first call will charge of 10 naira. So I don't know whether it's happening like that. So
Okay.
thank you. I want to comment on the issue of one of your headlines that says that over 100 19 terrorists have been persecuted. Who are they? What is their name? What kind of persecution do they give them? How many years in prison? Is it sentenced to death? So, sir, I come to discover that sometimes there are some things that is happening in this country that they take it so lightly. Life of many people has gone under these terrorist people. Many lives has gone. Their blood still crying on the ground. And you just come up on a flash news that 100 financial terrorists have been persecuted. We don't know them. We don't know how many years you gave them. Whether you sentence them to life imprisonment or you sentence them to death, we don't know. Just on a flash news, over 100 in that, no. It's not accepted. I don't know whether you are aware as a journalist that you will let us know. You know their names. You know how many years that was given to them.
All
So
right,
there are some
Moses.
things that happen in this country that life of human beings are just like chicken. Somebody will just kill, and that is why you discover that a lot of people will not be serious on this issue. Security has involved their lives, but yet you say finance terrorists, over 100 persecuted, but you don't know their name, you don't know how many years. This country. That's why people are talking about Japa. God will help us.
All right.
All right, Moses.
God
Thank you so
helps
much
us,
for
Moses.
your contribution. And quite
Honestly.
frankly, we're not privy to any information,
Yeah.
regarding the names of these terrorism financiers that have been prosecuted according to the president.
The president. Well, we'll just go take this one now. All right, that's a miss. Taking yet another one right here.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Elder
Onoja.
From
From
So
Kubwa.
I don't call you Onoje today.
yes.
Elder Onoja from
My regard to
Kubwa,
you
right?
people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
from Cuba.
Yes, talk to us.
My regard to that place, my beautiful daughter, and then Odua, the Dr. Odua.
Thank you so much,
My regard to
Elder.
you people.
Regards to you too,
Thank
Elder. Talk to us.
So my junior sister, Kanya, and then Salati, and the other people. Terrorists, over 100 terrorists have convicted, country of terrorists has convicted in Nigeria. I don't know where army are going propaganda. Which court tried them now? The court in Kenya. We security part, I know what they are doing there. We try and then convict those sponsors. And then who are who? We should not go in propaganda. We know we security party have this Tinubu 45% of controlled security in Nigeria. Because the killing in Plateau has reduced. Killing in Kaduna South has reduced. Killing in Benue has reduced. We have put the herdsmen to the place where they belong to. Have reduced that killing. And then Niger State we have reduced. That's why we give it 45%. It's not going propaganda. Those people who sponsor terrorism, waiting to the name. And then how many years they sentence them to? And they will do it before my time finish.
Yes.
Point of order, whether I will be granted.
Right.
If the point of order is granted to me, I have to go to that tanker again, burning in Niger State.
Okay.
You see, people die in Niger State, and then these people, they are showing the scene for that place where it's burning. They were not that Niger State team. They are showing. Two, I went journalists to go to sleep. Just ask the DPO in charge of that petrol depot. That's the DPO there in that side. Whether that place was cordon. That place was cordon 1 kilometer to that tanking place before the tanker union carry generator, carry another tanker, go there to go and begin to open the fuel. But when the time when the tanker fall, the fuel is not coming out. And then when that fire brigade is already there, before they open that and start that generator, before they start transfer that fuel. Because fire brigade, they have something where they call water powder. Water powder before, if it does petrol spray, they go there, they spray it there. Even fire can never catch that place again.
All right,
Elder. Fire brigade, they are there already.
Yeah, Elder.
Before they open that tanker.
Understood.
I went journalists to the gate.
All right,
I
Elder.
know what really happened there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank
God
you.
bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Appreciate
Elder
it. Well, Elder Onaja right there saying, hey, there's some discrepancies that need to really be sorted out.
I mean, that's always the case when things like this happen. People just want to seize their opportunity to mis and disinform, the public. Hello, good morning to you.
True.
Hello, good morning, Ramoise.
Good morning.
Good morning, Yodi.
Good morning to you, brother.
Good morning, great Nigerians.
Right.
Felix from Lambata.
That's right, Felix.
Good to have you, Felix.
Good to hear from you.
Yodi, this political fray in Lagos State has lingered for too long.
Right.
And the whole thing is, from my own opinion, is being accentuated by a particular individual greed and inordinate ambition to possess people that are so brave and so courageous to stare him in the face and tell him the truth. And this thing is not working for Wike, and Wike needs to slow down and listen to the elders within that region. They are talking to him. He should listen. One man alone cannot make it. So he has to calm down from a high horse. Rivers people are too brave and too courageous for a single man like Wike to the crowd. I am from Bayelsa and I know what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Thank you and God bless you guys.
All right, Felix. Thank you so much right there.
Thank you so much, Felix.
So there should be the people's agenda over any individual's agenda or interest. Well, what is it for you, though? We'll just take this one.
Hello. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning to you too, brother.
My name is GB.
GB.
Good morning.
GB, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, GB.
Yes.
Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from, GB?
I'm calling from Akpo.
All right, talk to us, GB.
More than 100 terrorists, financiers, prosecuted. I know that news will be a bad news to the naysayer. Because they always been coming to television and radio to say, Dubai gave one name of terrorist financier. They left them alone. Nobody prosecuted them. Whereas government have been prosecuting them and it has been in the news. But they will close their eyes that they never heard that news. Now this one now, there's no way they can hide from it. What they could result now to be hiding. How many are they? Which tribe are they from? Are they Muslim or Christian? When were they prosecuted? Is it in the morning or in the evening? Who was the judge? How much did they, what kind of nonsense is this? Prosecution is prosecution.
GB, you don't have to use the word nonsense.
That's awful.
I mean, we all are subjected
wrong,
to our
please.
opinions, okay?
Please,
I will do that statement.
Please,
Thank
please.
you.
What concerns us with where they are tried? Are they present in the morning or in the evening? You see in that bedroom they catch them. Are they black or white? Are they Yoruba or something? They have been prosecuted and is there. And all this has been the news. All this why? Probably you will see. This general came in, they're prosecuting them in Abuja and other places. And they've been going to send them to jail. Some of them are firing squad, some of them are hanging. It has been there. The only thing is that when we see things happening, government making progress, some people just try to malign the government, vilify the government. Because it's not a bad news, because it's not a bad news. If they heard that the terrorists have killed thousands in Somalia, you see them here. Government look at them. They can't even protect. Let's go and look for fire and special squad. And let's organize this special squad to go and contract something. Let's appreciate whatever government is doing. More than 100 financiers of terrorists prosecuted. You cannot even say, we thank God. These people have been dealt with. It's to ask them which tribe are they from. I'm aware of this tribe.
Let's not blow things out of proportion.
Yes,
we
please.
really can't recall any caller, speaking to the tribes that these people actually come from. The only question they're asking, I think somehow it boils, down to the place of transparency.
That's right.
Because when you come on board to tell Nigerians that there are terrorism financiers and a list has been compiled, some people actually think it's only okay for you to also let the masses know when you prosecute these people, even if you're not going to mention their names. So it's not a question of tribe, GB.
These things have been in the news every time. Probably you will see.
We're already there.
They mention their names.
Mention their names?
It's just like yes.
Mention their names.
Probably you will see there.
Okay.
It has been in the news last year.
GB,
when they are prosecuted, they are close their eyes against it because they don't, because it's not bad news to them.
Okay, GB.
But this one, they cannot hide from it.
All right, GB.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, GB right there saying that the names are out there and you should go out there in Google and find them. We have gone to check these names. We still can't find them, right?
I recall very clearly there was a publication sometime last year where names were mentioned and they were also, taken in for questioning.
And we keep having the alleged. Oh, they're taken in for questioning and all of that. How far so far? With these same names, the same people or the new people, and what is the progress report? Don't we have a right as Nigerians to know that? Well, I don't know about you though, but I do have a right to know, because all of these killings, all of this maiming is not something that you should be quiet about, and that's a fact, okay? It's a fact.
Hello, good morning.
Well, good morning, Omase.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Tamino from Giri Junction.
Tamino from Giri Junction. Welcome aboard.
Yes,
talk to us. Yeah.
And the reality is that if truly Nigeria want to fight against...
Could you please turn down the volume of your radio set? All right.
So the best way, once they get them arrested, they should fire them directly, kill them direct. The way they kill people, let them kill them once and for all. That's the best way. But someone coming to defend that, the government is trying. I don't know, the way he kidnap in mother, he will know. Depend there.
Okay. Thank you, Tamino. Appreciate right there. All right. Well, let's just dive into the WhatsApp portal and see what you have to say via the WhatsApp portal. But just in case you're just tuning in for the first time, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. And we say this in strong authority because we have the bragging rights. And guess who gave it to us? You did. That's right. Okay, well, let's see the WhatsApp now. And the WhatsApp sees us too. Quite a number of messages here. There's a lot swimming in. Well, we'll just go start with the messages and then we get into the voice notes very quickly. Well, we see this one here. It says, okay, this one right here, nope. All right, Omo is giving us the traffic for this conversation. All right, let's go see this one.
All right, we'll start off with Ongenemano Austin from Adona, Sarawak State. He says, good morning to the duo of Uduak and Omoife.
Good morning to you,
The new American President Donald Trump was sworn in on Monday, 20th of January 2025, without any African head of state invited to grace the occasion. Even Nigeria, that claimed to be the giant of Africa, its leader was not invited. What a shame. Do you even ponder why they were not invited? To me, it is because the right thing is not being done by our African leaders. Who among the African leaders can one point to be the one doing the right thing, thereby making life meaningful for the people? You and I are leaders in our various capacities, either at home, in the community, organization, country, or what have you. We should do the right thing in any position of leadership we find ourselves, so the society would be a better place for us all to live in. Ogenemano Austin from Adona, Sarawak State. Thank you so much for that message. But well, again, we have no idea as to why our president, our dear president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was not invited
Right.
to the inauguration. But of course, we saw Nigerians who also graced the
That's right.
occasion.
Who were invited.
Who were invited.
So that could be a Nigeria.
perform.
Nigeria
So, I
being
mean,
invited.
that covers,
kind of.
for
me.
every one of us.
But then
yeah.
it comes to another place of, quite a number of people have had the expectations about Trump and reservations about Trump as well. And quite a number also believe that he's coming in is with an agenda, right? It's not very clear yet because he has made quite a number of pronouncements on the very first day of inauguration, right? You might want to tinker a little bit with, of course, our president
But that
saying,
is very typical of, leaders that have just been elected.
I mean, we
into
had our
office.
president who said subsidy is
who
gone.
declared, of course.
They declared it, and it just happened. So come on. Well, let's go to this one. It's coming from Samuel all the way from Kuje. Good morning to you, my brother Udwak Daniel, and good morning to my sister Omwe Faye. Well,
Good
awesome.
morning to you.
A new day it is, Samuel. It says, please, these convicted sponsors of terrorists, don't they have names or are they ghosts? If truly they have convicted some of them, is it not right that Nigerians know who they are so that the rest will know that the government is serious about the fight against terrorism? May God deliver us from self-inflicted hardship and insecurity in this country. In Jesus' name, amen. It says, Weze. All right. Okay. Everybody having a nickname now, title. It says, have a great and wonderful day, UD and Omoefe. You too.
Thank you, Samuel.
Right, brother. Talk to us.
All right. This one, he says, good morning, Mr. Udwak Daniel and...
The beautiful Omoefe. I know you were not going to say it, but just put it out there.
My name is Praise James Akbabio. You are yet to respond to what I've been asking you all these years as to whether or not you are related to the Senate President. I've been saying that I have a message I'd like to pass to him.
That's something.
I could just use you.
That's right.
To communicate that message. But he says he's listening from Garikutu. RFI aide prosecuted and denied bail while his former boss is walking free, knowing that no corruption would take place without his boss having knowledge of it. 16,000 Nigerian doctors leaving the shores in 5 years. I hope Trump will start his deportation campaign with these ones. If not, I won't take him seriously. Finally, we don't need census. We already know how many we are. Really? 250 million? Wow. Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Please, the country doesn't have money to waste in 2025. Mr. UD, thank God it was groundnut oil in Niger State. Greed and selfishness will always make people expose themselves to permanent destruction. God bless Nigeria.
Groundnut oil?
Groundnut oil? Where is that coming from?
I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from, though. But yeah, Fabio, okay. Heard you loudly and clearly. Now let's go see this one. Turkan Bihundu all the way from Nasarawa State. Good morning, Daniel and Efe. Good morning to you, Turkan B. I'm in Nasarawa State. Is there any day it won't be reported that gunmen killed our people in Nigeria? Quite sad to tell you. But it goes on to say, I insist those in charge of security must swallow their own pride and accept foreign help, just the way our people seek medical help from foreign countries, including our current president and former president. It's obvious our society agents are overstretched. Even countries at war, people don't die this much. Naming places after Tinubu, not big deal. Another president will surely come, and many may rename some places after himself. Okay, I get that. Turkenby puts that one out there. Let's go see this one here.
All right, this is from Comrade Ulobasi from Buhari, Abuja. He says, good morning, Obong Udwak Daniel.
Thank you.
And his co-pilot, Lady Omoefe Peace. Well done job. Thank you. He says, many obscure proprietors are failing, or falling over themselves to name their glorified secondary schools turned polytechnics after President Tinubu just to access, grants for selfish reasons. This is nothing but eye service of the highest order that will eventually do more harm than good to our educational systems. If one may ask, what happened to the university that was named after Tinubu's successor and former President Buhari in Borno State? As usual, billions, if not trillions of naira in taxpayers' money, have gone down the drain, and nothing is heard about it since then. May God Almighty save us from ourselves. Now, this is becoming a mantra for family members that God saves us from ourselves.
I don't know. We've gotten to that point where we need the supernatural to interfere in the physicalities that we go through as a reality. But well, let's go see this one. Yusuf all the way from Wuse too. Good morning, UD and my sister Omoefe. Good morning to you, Yusuf. Over 100 Tara financiers convicted, says Tinubu. The statement is vague. I don't see any reason why the identity should be concealed if they were actually convicted. As it stands, we don't know their names and the courts that convicted them. We are interested in knowing whether they were the actual financiers or NGOs or agents of certain international financiers, but unfortunately, this was not disclosed. Have a great day, or a nice day, he says. Right. Now, I think you put it right, rightly. It's vague. Yeah, that's what he says. Well, let's go see this one here.
Olushola from CBA says the trial of those criminals are continuously ongoing, but maybe many Nigerians want to hear names of their kingpins. It's left for journalists to do more investigative journalism.
Right.
All right, Olushola, thank you.
Quite a number of messages now. Okay. Right. Chinonso from Suleja. Someone is asking what our business is with knowing the face behind the numerous killings in the country. He's telling us that we don't know the right, we don't have the right to know them, and that he even went ahead to question why the people are being killed need to know their killers, because you protect the government and then you sell your conscience. All right, Chinonso from Suleja is saying right there. Well, let's go see this one here.
All right, Abbas reporting from Dusit says, good morning, sir and madam. All right, on Trump,
good morning to you.
On Trump's second coming, I'm just wondering, he has arrived actually.
Yes.
I'm just wondering why Americans went to bring him. Now look at his own subsidies gone. Very bad politics, detrimental to Africans and the world. I'm not happy with Trump being the 47th president of America. He hates Africans.
Well, come on,
that's
that part. Come on.
Claim,
he hates Africans,
honestly.
and then he invited, our stakeholders, state men to come there. No, come on. I'm not sure about that. But anyways, it's your thoughts. Okay, respect it. Okay, well, let's go see how we can take some voice notes right now. Time. It's not really on our side, but we'll do our best. But just so that we don't commit an on-air atrocity, right? We got messages via the Facebook page wall.
All right, Oza Francis Namani, as always, he's actually dropped a couple of messages. It says, the incessant cases of tanker explosions in this country have caused the loss of so many lives in this country. The appropriate authorities should urgently rise up to this challenge. And it went further to say that Mr. President should use his veto power to resolve the political saga between Wiki and Fubara for the overwhelming interest of the people of Rivers State. A stitch in time saves nine. Also, Francis Namani, thank you. And we also see this one from Ebel Ude. He says, awesome. Thank you so much for even watching.
That's right. We appreciate you
Thank you
for that one. Now, let's go see how we can take the voice notes, as the producer has given us the go-ahead to stretch it a little bit for the timing on this particular segment of the morning breakfast show. Taking this one now from Dan, all the way from Kurudu.
Good morning, Eagle FM. Good morning, Omefe. Good morning, my namesake. You see, this issue of Japa from our medical practitioner, sometimes it's not their fault. See, when you go to hospital and see the poor state of our hospital, see, I wouldn't want to say you'll be ashamed or what. There are no facilities, there are no machines. I was in teaching hospital 5 years ago. There's some scan that the whole teaching hospital did not have machine for some scan. I have to go to private hospital in Calabar to do some scan before I can be operated. We are talking about teaching hospital, and this cut across every sector of our life. Our education is in the poor state, and that is when leadership comes in. You see, when you are given the position of leadership, it's not for you to enrich yourself, but it's to enrich your community and to enrich your nation. Our leaders must wake up and give us dividend of democracy. We are blessed. Just that corruption has taken the mindset of our leaders just to embezzle money. This country is blessed. Let Nigeria enjoy the God-gift resources that God has given to us. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria.
All right. We are blessed, but corruption has taken a toll on us.
Hello, good morning, UD. Good morning, Omefe, my sister in the studio. I greet everybody. My name is Bibi Blessing. I greet our caller. I greet our listener. I greet a man of microphone. Bibi Blessing, what to say? Wait till our government what to turn us to. Now, do you know the network where we are facing for Nigeria now? Who did the charge of our network? To make come, I go be problem. You not make come, no go, they go charge you. You go, they go charge you. Who say we go follow? Now, so we continue to pay for darkness where we don't know. Now, to make come now, we dey pay for darkness where we don't know. Who will figure these people responsible what they are doing to Nigeria? Now, our places they did not go feel sit down, talk with the face now. Is it busy around the traveler or go another state? After all, they charges so that they charge us. Who shall account? Who be particular person where this money they enter their account? They are not doing maintenance of our phone. They are not doing maintenance of our call. Including back now, when you go to transfer money, they go charge you. What do we do for these people? What do we do? Our government, the common Boko Haram, they cannot even pursue them. Now they are pursuing innocent people where they are see every day. Now we even they put food for their table. Where they cannot work, put food for their table. Now wait till we work finish. Now our government just sit down, they eat it. They collect money when they be paid. Do you know it's a cost? You get this money that you will take build house or buy car. Now I work car, you go use it, you go drive a day. You know it's a cost for them. If they're not repaired, I say judgment of God is coming for them.
Okay, BB, come on. I don't know. We always allow the emotions to take the most of us. BB, please. We understand that the emotions run high, sentiments run deeply, but trying to put it together. I know it's tough. It's tough, no doubt. But let's go see from Triple D right about now.
I celebrate you, the man with a golden voice. Good morning, Mr. UD and Omo.
Triple D.
My name is Triple D from Waru. Okay. I greet Elder Moja, I greet Salasi, I greet the Blessing. In fact, my phone for the past 1 month, that's why my voice is not being heard. The phone is so much giving me trouble, and I pray that I will get a means, maybe by the end of the month, to change it. So I want to comment on the issue of electricity. How many billion has been spent? Nigerians should not be surprised. Do we have accountability system that people should be accounted for the resources that we are giving out? We'll get it right, and then such money, when it's spent on such project, there will be resolved. Well, on issue of Donald Trump, I keep on saying it. If you give me 10 million naira in this country, I will not move to anywhere, simply because there is no place like home. And I want to assure Nigerians, one day other country will wake up and say no coming to our country. So it's better for us to join hands together and build our nation called Nigeria. God have a reason for placing us as a Nigerians and a black. We are rich indeed. Well, Fubara and Wike, allow peace to reign. We will get it right very soon. Good morning, Eagles FM. Good morning, Nigeria.
Good morning to you, Triple D.
Thank you.
All right, Honorable Edwards.
Good morning. My name is Honorable Edwards Napo. I don't know the reason behind that meeting yesterday, but with Mr. President and the governor of Rivers State, the stakeholders of Rivers State, the FCT minister. To me, it's a welcome development. I appreciate, Mr. President's effort in trying to make peace in that state, particularly that state and few states. If we can continue like this, it will be good, because what we are looking for is peace. We want peace. Look, Rivers State, whatever affects Rivers State, it will affect almost everywhere. And the same thing in any other state. So, Mr. President, to intervene, I pray that it should be for peace. Let there be peace in Rivers State. Let's see development. Who is doing well? If that football is doing well, all of us will be happy. What are we benefiting from this? Some people are benefiting from, politically they are benefiting from it. How is that going to help us? Mr. President should extend the same thing to Benue State. The same thing is happening in Benue State, and the Benue State one is even the worst, because it's not good. The Benue State one is something that has to intervene immediately, or else before election there will be a lot of things. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you,
Honorable Edwards. Well, we'll take this one from Muyiwa. We hope he tells us his name and where it is that he's sending a voice note from, and it's a newbie. I think we celebrate you, Muyiwa. But let's go hear from you.
Hello, guys. In there. Good morning. Thank you for what you do. A quick one. Respect to fallen tanks.
Okay.
You see that one that happened.
Muyiwa, as it is here, I guess you're still new. You just sent in, a voice note newly. But please, before you give us an update, you give us your name and where it is that you are sending a voice note from, as well as a message, all right, so that we can really hear you. But better still, we're still enjoying you to join the discourse at 9 a.m. because we'll be right back here. We're not going anywhere up until the 12 o'clock mark. So, yeah. Well, time is not on our side. We appreciate each and every one of us who have given our voices, and the voices indeed being heard loudly and clearly. And there's no gain in saying that, look, it has all been about critiquing and not criticizing, right? Thank you, far too kind.
All right, my name is Omoife Piso-Semer, and as always, would like to state that the views expressed on the pages this morning were not influenced by Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja. We'll be back at the 9 o'clock hour to talk politics and current affairs. Well, the focus is going to be on the effort, to create jobs and perhaps address the unemployment trend in Nigeria, as the Humanitarian Affairs Ministry, is actually seeking 260 billion naira to create 2 million jobs. And that, how realistic is this? Will this really be able to address the needs of unemployed youth in the country? Do join us at the 9 o'clock hour as we tinker with this.
Odrak Daniel is my name. Don't go away.